Today is the disappearance day of Lochana Dasa Thakura, famous Vaishnava poet. He wrote this song that we just sang, favorite of Srila Prabhupada. Parama Karuna Pahundvijan Nitai Gaura Chandra Shabavatar Shar Shiromani Kebal Ananda Kanda. There are at least 2 occasions that I know of that Srila Prabhupada fell into trance when he was singing this song, because he was in such ecstasy, probably because of witnessing through his own efforts the miraculous spreading of Krishna consciousness throughout the entire world around, this is 75, I think, in that summer. One was in Caracas, Venezuela, and he became so ecstatic that tears were shooting out of his eyes. Shrutakirti Prabhu was 6 feet away from Srila Prabhupada, and still he got wet. In Atlanta the same year, Srila Prabhupada came and saw the beautiful Gauranitai deities, not unlike these, and he sang this song, and again he fell into ecstasy, just marveling over the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Parama Karuna. So Lochana Dasa Thakura, it's very simple what he says, but it's so deep. Parama Karuna, Pahundvijan Nitai Gaura Chandra, Shabavatar Shar Shiromani Kebalayananda Kanda. This is a slight hint to the conclusion of the Srimad Bhagavatam, that Ete Changsha Kalaha Pungsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the source of all the other forms of Vishnu Tattva forms. Ramadi Murti Shukala Niyamena Tishta Nityadi. He first expands himself as Balaram, and from Balaram come all the other forms. But Krishna himself is Swayam Bhagavan. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. Directly Krishna. Sakshat Swayam Bhagavan. He's not different. Only difference is color. And he's assumed the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani. So that's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we're talking about these 2 brothers. Nitai Gaur. Bhajo Bhojo Bhai Chaitanya Nitai. Sudridha Vishwas Kori. We heard the word yesterday, dridha, and we talked about what it meant. Firm, solid. Make your faith really strong in these 2, he says, and worship them. Worship them. Vishaya Chariya Shera Shema Jia Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari. All you have to do is chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. But you have to do so after giving up sense gratification. That's the price. Because that's the sign of your faith. If your faith is strong, it's no problem to give up sense gratification. We don't have faith. That's always the problem. Dekho re bhai tribhuvane nai amon doyala data. There's nobody in this world so merciful and so magnanimous as these 2. In the 3 worlds, you'll not find it. You can look. Namo Mahavaranya, Rupa Goswami, Namo Mahavaranyaya. He's just giving it out. Krishna Prema, which is, you never get this by any other means or in any other age. You just can't get it. It's that rare. We take it for granted. But he's just giving it out, so who can be more merciful? You see the kind of people that he gives it to also. In Europe, in Africa, China also. Everywhere he's giving mercy to the most unlikely candidates for Krishna Prema. He's giving it free. Pashu pakhi jhure pakhane vidare shuni jar gunagatha. Just by hearing of the wonderful qualities and of his stories about him, gatha, gunagatha, you become, even the stone will melt. And it's a good thing also, because our hearts are like that, isn't it? Stone, cold stone. So he says, even animals can take advantage of this process. So what to speak of human beings? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed that in his Leelas, and Prabhupada explains. Sangsara majya rohili poriya, shepari nahiloash. Having fallen into this samsara and getting thoroughly entangled within it, we're hopeless. Shepade nahilo asha. There's not a chance. We have the chance of an iceberg in hell, as they say in English. Hell is supposed to be full of hot flames everywhere. If you're an iceberg, good luck. Or if you're a man, because Bhagavatam says men are like butter. If you're a man and you're in the proximity of a woman, you got no chance. No chance. That's why we restrict. So, Shepade nahilo asha. People who are hopeless, nonetheless have some hope against hope. This is, we get from Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami. Anybody know the verse? I'm thinking. Na prema shravanari bhaktirapiva. Na prema shravanari bhaktirapiva yogotava vaishnavo. Gnanam va shubhakarma va kiyadaho. Sajjatirapyasti va. Hinarthadhika sadhake tvai tathapyachedya mula sati. He gopi jananath. I'm sorry. He gopi jana vallabhavyatayate. Hahamada shaivamam. He's saying that I don't have prema. What to speak of prema? I don't even have a taste for hearing and chanting. We prove that every day. I'm not accomplished in karma. I've not accomplished in yoga. I'm not accomplished in jnana. Don't really have anything in these areas. Kalim sattva haram pungsam. This Kali Yuga takes away anything sattvic from you. And Bhagavatam confirms, Krishne swadhamo pagate dharnamajnanadi visaha. He goes back to his own abode at the end of the Dwapar Yuga, and what goes with him? Karma and dharma. Karma and gyan. Sorry. Dharma and gyan. So, this is our sorry state. Shepade nahilo yasha. We got no hope. But because these brothers are the most merciful, all we have to do is try to give up sense gratification. Even you don't succeed, but if you just try, then that will draw their mercy. Apana karma bhunjaye shamana kohaye Lochana Das. Here he's paraphrasing Srimad Bhagavatam. Simple, simple. Anybody can understand this simple language, Bengali language. But it's so deep, practically nobody can understand it, that we need to recognize. Apana karma bhunjaye shaman koye Lochana Das. What is he paraphrasing from Bhagavatam here? Anybody know the verse? Punjana evatma kritam vipakam. What's the whole verse? Who knows? Yeah. What is it again? Whole verse. Tatenu kampam susamikshamano bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam tadvagvapurbhirvadasam namaste jiveta yo mukti pade sadaya bhak. So that's our chance here. If we apply this principle it would seem, from the last line of this song. Just eat your karma, you cooked it, you got to eat it. That was the policy on Radha Damodar, I remember. If the cook messed up something, he had to eat the entire pot. That's Tamal Krishna Goswami circa 1976. So, apana karma punjai shaman. You whatever you've created, whatever karmic mess you got yourself into, nobody else got you into this mess, because we're the ones who decided to turn our faces from God and come to this world in the first place and try our luck at becoming our own individual God project. So, Kohaye Lochana Das, he's talking like this. Like this is only one song we're familiar with, because it was a favorite of Srila Prabhupada. And that's enough reason. But he wrote a whole book. He was one of the early poets in West Bengal who were writing in the vernacular. Because if you think about it, you look back and see, around that time in the 16th century, a little bit after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everyone was writing, the 6 Goswamis, they all wrote only in Sanskrit, nothing in vernacular, certainly. They spoke some vernacular language. Why didn't they write in that language? You can think about that. But there in Vrindavan, nobody was writing in vernacular literature in the Gaudiya Sampradaya. Other Sampradayas, of course, they're writing in Brij Bhasha. And eventually some Gaudiya poets also took up Brij Bhasha. And some of them mixed it with Bengali language. There's some incense here and it's choking me. I don't know where it is. Some incense is burning. Bengali language, everybody spoke Bengali in that side. And of course they knew Sanskrit, and maybe it was easier for them, I don't know why, but there's an artificial language that our previous acharyas created out of a mixture of Maithili grammar, which is where Bengali comes from, and Brij Bhasha loan words. They called it Brajabuli. So some of the songs that we sing are in that language only. For example, Bhaja Hureman Shri Nandanandan Abhay Charanara Vindare. Any Bengalis here? Raise your hand if you're Bengali. No? I don't see anybody, but my eyes don't work anyway. So yeah. So, but you can't recognize this language because it's not Bengali. It's Brajbuli. It's a different language. And they only used it for writing their songs. That kind of suggests that they didn't really want to learn Braj Bhasha for some reason. I don't know this, but it's a curious thing. Anyway, so Lochana Dasa Thakura and many other poets in West Bengal, Mayapur side, they started to write in Bengali language, and it became the dominant mode of expression for Gaudiya Vaishnava sentiments in our line. To this day, Srila Prabhupada, all of his, so many of our acharyas are writing in Bengali mainly, or in Sanskrit also. Of course, Sanskrit, we never get rid of it. All right, so this is Lochana Das, one of the great poets, Lochana Das Kavi. And he wrote his collection of songs is called Dhamali, if I'm not mistaken. Is it? I don't remember now. Narottam Das Thakur wrote Prema Bhakti Chandrika. He also wrote Prarthana. Yeah, I think it's Dhamali, his song is called. Maybe it says here. Yeah. All right, so Lochana Das, his disappearance day is today. We should all pray to him for his mercy. You maybe got some insight into the depth of his Krishna consciousness by the things that he wrote. What was he feeling that he wrote this? What was his experience? Yaswanu bhavam akhila shruti saramekam adhyatma deepamati tirshatam tamontam. This is in the Bhagavatam. Experience is ultimately what we're going to get from Krishna consciousness. And this is his experience. The devotees, they They express their experience only in what they say and what they write, what they sing. So, Lochana Dasa Thakur ki jai.